Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another toy review on the Hammond Collection Atrociraptor Ghost from Jurassic World Dominion and Chaos Theory, even though Chaos Theory Season 3 ruined this specific Atrociraptor in my opinion. But yeah, here's the figure and first impressions of it in boxes. It looks good. I can't say a lot for it. It just looks like a normal velociraptor, raptor in my opinion. So I would have to see it in box to see my opinions on that. But here's a 3D render of the figure, Atrociraptor Ghost. Another 3D render of the figure, and of course the Jurassic World Dominion logo. However, it is in Japanese as this was imported over from Japan. So yeah. As if I'm not wrong, this is one of the rarer Jurassic World Hammond Collection figures. I think it's around the same rarity as finding the Dilophosaurus, so yeah. And then at the back, more 3D renders. Atrociraptor Ghost, and his pack chase Owen Grady, Claire Deering, and Kayla Watts through the crowded streets of Malta. Trained to attack on command, the Atrociraptors are unrelenting as they put their speed to the ultimate test. So, yep, some more whatever. And then some of the other figures, which I'll hopefully get to in the future. Allosaurus, which I already have a review on. I'll put that in the comments section down below. Scutosaurus, I'm not planning on buying as it never showed up in the films and I honestly don't like the way it looks. And a baby Triceratops, which I hopefully would get one day. And then over here is the Hammond Collection logo. So yeah, so without further ado, let's stop wasting time and get into the figure itself. Okay, so here he is out of his box, and first thing I have to say is he looks 100% screen accurate to the movie and Chaos Theory. I love the way it looks. I love that they got that like scales on him, where on the head, if you see, you can see like the scales on him, which I don't think is normal for a raptor, but it's cool either ways. But yeah, this figure is almost perfect. However, there's just one piece of articulation that I have a small nitpick with. However, this is a good sign for the way Hammond Collection is going because this figure is almost perfect. But yeah, proportions look accurate to the film. And the paint job is quite nice where it's this grayish paint throughout the entire body. And then for the feet is like a pale brown color, which is pretty nice. And same for the arms. And also they painted the claws and toenails, so that's pretty good. And also the jaw, quite good, where it doesn't have that raptor issue where sometimes the under jaw is slightly longer. So yeah, that's perfect. Alright, articulation on this figure is quite good, where the bendy wire on the tail, of course, as most Hammond Collection have this type of feature already. It's not really groundbreaking. And then the leg can rotate it 360 degrees. Some parts are ratchet joints. And then the knee, you can move up that much and move back. And then the foot, you can curl up that much and go back that much. And of course, you can move the feet from side to side, which means it has feet pivot. And then the arms, you can move out that much, go down. And then the arms, the elbow joint is on a hinge joint, so you can move back that far and move up 90 degrees. Now the neck is on a ball joint, so that allows you for a huge range of poseability and feels very nice. So yeah, you can move side to side on both sides also. So yeah, it's on a ball joint. However, this is where my issue with the articulation comes into play, being the head to neck ball joint, the connecting ball joint, as it doesn't really do that much, and it sort of just allows the figure to rotate the head. So yeah, I have an issue with that because here's the Velociraptor Blue, which isn't a perfect Hammond Collection, it's still good, but the head connecting to the neck is on a hinge joint, and I think this is better because it can look down way better than the Atrociraptor Ghost. So I think what they should do, the bottom part, ball joint, upper part, hinge joint. I don't know if that's possible, but Mattel, try to make that happen, please. Thank you. And then the jaw is on a hinge joint, so you can open it up that much. So yeah. So the articulation on this figure is pretty good, and the details and sculpting on this figure is pretty dang good. However, do I think this is worth 50 Singapore dollars? Now in Singapore, unfortunately, this is one of the more rarer Hammond Collection figures. Yes, I know you American folks have everything easy, where you get everything at Target or Target Online or Walmart or whatever, but unfortunately I don't live in America, so yeah. But I don't think this is worth $50. In my opinion, this is the same case as the Dilophosaurus, where for some reason the Dilophosaurus was extremely rare to find. So yeah, where it's a cool figure, however, it's nothing fantastic to make you want to pay $50. So in my opinion, if you're really wanting this figure or eventually wanting to get it, I think just wait it out. Eventually it might become cheaper. However, if you don't want to wait just like me, just buy it. But you have to realize that there's gonna be a dip in the price later on. But then again, some figures like the Hammond Collection Irritator and Dilophosaurus has increased in price over time, so we don't know at this point. So yeah, this figure I think is definitely worth picking up, and before rounding off today's video, I'm gonna compare it with some of its Velociraptor mates. So here he is, two Velociraptor Blue, and they are about the same length and about the same height. I think Blue is slightly taller, so yeah. Okay, so here he is next to the second best Hammond Collection raptor, being the Pyroraptor, and as you can see, it is slightly taller and slightly longer, so that's pretty cool. And a little blast from the past, being the first Atrociraptor Ghost from Jurassic World Dominion, and wow, they look completely different. I mean, this is still a good figure, however, Atrociraptor Ghost from the Hammond Collection is extremely well made. So yeah, it's nice to see the change. So yeah, this figure I definitely think it's worth picking up. However, not at the scalper price, and I think it's worth at like 20 USD or somewhere like that. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, have a nice day, good day, and good night. And see you next time. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.